Hey everyone, this is Corinne Lafont. Let me just make sure that you guys are hearing me. I've learned from my experience the first time, so I just want to make sure that I am being heard. Yes, very good. So you guys are hearing me. So welcome to another day. Isn't that awesome? Welcome to another day. Yes, we are still here and I'm thankful. So as you know, if you have been following the series since the 13th, this is going to go on until the 24th, Christmas Eve. And we are 1 week away, exactly 1 week away from Christmas. 1 week. After waiting the entire year, not that you, some of you may have been waiting, but just to put things in perspective with time, it's now down to a week. Time flies when you're having fun, right? And so we're in the 12 days countdown to Christmas, but it's no longer 12, now it's 7 days countdown to Christmas. And I'm doing a You Know When series. And if you've been following this series, you would understand what You Know When is about. If you missed it, you can look back at the past 5 days on my Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn channels or platforms or social media accounts if you're connected to me or if someone has shared it. I don't know. But those are the three platforms that I am streaming live on. Yes, this is live. Yes. And yeah, it's being put on Facebook, streamed on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I have some ideas. I don't know if I'm going to continue sharing this. Like I mentioned yesterday, it just popped into my head. And this is a good video journal just to come forward and share my thoughts. You know, I always I would write them down. Writing them down is good. I think it's best. It helps you to hear yourself think, see the words on paper, and you have it documented in black and white. This one is just in a video form. And you can pour more out of yourself with writing. You can always come back and add to it, read back what you've said or written, and it makes you go deeper, I think, with the written version. But the video is good because you just want to share short, sweet moments of your experience, lessons that you have learned that you want to share with others. So that I would like to say you guys don't go through the same thing I do, but we know very well that you are going to go through it. That's just how life is and how people are. It doesn't matter how you try to quote unquote save them or don't want to see them go through it. They do. But the thing about it is they're a bit armed. They're not going in blindly and they're a bit more armed. And when they go in, they will recognize certain things. They will remember what either I said or somebody else said. So they're not going in blindly. So this series is helping people not to go into things blindly and to help you to be more conscious and aware. So it's not building on one on top the other, but it just happens to be for some reason. So look back at the previous sessions over the past 5 days, as I said on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Either one is fine, or all is good because it's the same video on the three platforms. But like and share. And if you want to join me here, let me know and I will share the link with you. You will end up showing up right next to me on the screen live. If you want to join me and share your comments, I will share the link with you. So we're going to talk about another You Know When series. You Know When. So you know when you need to stop taking your issues to friends and go to God, for those friends cannot help you in the way God can. And the reason why I say that and this is not to come biblical at you or to push faith on you. I am a spiritual person. I believe in God. If you don't, it doesn't mean He doesn't exist. But I live my life based on God's direction as much as possible. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try my best to be obedient and to do a lot of listening and meditation. So I will read that again. You know when you need to stop taking your issues to friends and go to God, for those friends cannot help you in the way God can. And there is a verse in the Bible, Proverbs 3, 5 to 6. I'm looking around because I have it on my journal, the cover of my journal. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Very straight and clear. Yeah. Different versions is going to give you, he will direct your path, he will make your path straight, he will make it clear. Either way, he will make it clear. And the reason why I am sharing this with you is because within recent times, I have, we are always tempted whenever we are going through something to call a friend. It happens. You want to tell somebody, you want to vent it with somebody, you want to share it, you want somebody to maybe agree with you, depending on the type of person you are, to support you, encourage you, to be in your corner. Yeah, like those fighters, they have somebody in their corner. You want somebody to be in your corner and to listen to you and to be there for you. That bestie, that ride or die, what they call it now, the right wing, the person who is there with you. And I sat down one day after praying, of course, and something, just hit me. Why do you keep going to people when you should be bringing all your cares and troubles to me? And I just slumped in my chair and I'm like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. What am I really doing? Why am I carrying my issues to other people? First, to begin, who says they really care? Yeah, they may. Let's not be all negative. Yeah, they may. But do they have the time to listen to me? What space are they in at that particular point in time for them to really listen to me? What gives me the authority, the permission that they are obligated to hear me? Let's reverse that. If somebody was to keep dumping, let's use the word dumping, their issues and troubles on me, calling me to share whatever, how would I feel? I wouldn't feel good, because I may be doing something, focus on something, and I may feel, okay, this person is calling me and they want somebody to listen to them, but I may not be in the space to hear that. I don't want to be in the space to hear that. So why should I do it to someone else? But there is one person who don't mind hearing it over and over again. He doesn't mind hearing it as many times, the bawling, the crying, the wailing. He doesn't even mind the silence, because the silence is what speaks the loudest. And we know that. The silence is what speaks the loudest. And I just made a decision, not just as in just this moment, but at that time, after reflecting and looking at myself. And as I said, this journey of healing and working on myself, it didn't begin this moment, last week, last month. It's been years and it continues to be. And I reflected on that. I was tempted. I picked up my phone, something I was going through. I can't even remember right now. And I just wanted to tell somebody. And I was about to pick up the phone, sorry, to call the friend and to say, and as I grabbed the phone, I heard, why do you keep going to people and carrying your cares and troubles when they really cannot help you? Sometimes the things that they say anger you even more, because you're telling them a particular thing and they are hearing something else. And the whole thing just twists out of control, or it becomes about them when you're really calling about you to get support and encouragement. And I mentioned this in the previous in series earlier this week. You call about to vent or to get support from the person, but it ends up being about them rather than it is about you. And you really don't need that. But I don't get that when I go to God. He makes it about me, it's about me, and He's my strength. He is going to figure out a way, have that Red Sea moment where I can see a clear path. He's going to make that path clear. When I can't see a way, he makes a way. And then I get a peace beyond all understanding. I get a peace when I talk with him as opposed to calling up a friend, thinking that this person is going to back me, support me, encourage me, enlighten me. And I tell my friends, I'm not calling when I used to do it. I'm not calling for you to agree with me if I'm wrong or if I could improve on something. Let me know if I, you know. But then it doesn't come across that way when I talk with friends. And I just felt that it shouldn't be me to burden somebody with that. They have their own issues going on. And I have to find a way to deal with my own issues. I have to find a way to cope. And the best way is to go to God. He's my best friend. He's my father, my protector, my healer, my everything. And I made a decision every time I'm tempted to pick up that phone to call a friend to vent or to discuss an issue, whether it's troubling or not, or I want to make a decision or something happened to me and I want, from the time I'm tempted to put my hand or the thought comes and I to put my hand on that phone to pick up to call somebody, I stop. Mid move, I stop. And I remember and I'm like, God, I'm going to have a sit down with you. And I have a sit down with him. Literally, I have a sit down with him. I have a sit down with God, my Lord. And I tell him, and it's a flowing conversation. And believe me, it's a peaceful one. I stay quiet. I hear what he has to say. Sometimes he may not say anything at that point, but it may come later. Probably at the time when I'm ready to hear it. Because at the time I'm all up in my emotions and feelings. So he probably feels, no, it's not a good time to tell Corinne something. I laugh because that just came to me. Oh my God. That just came to me. No, it's not a good time. Any good parent would know that, right? No, it's not a good time. If somebody really loves you, they would know they would know you and they would know, I'm here to listen, but no, it's not a good time to tell you certain things because you're all caught up in your feelings and emotions. And the focus now is just to hear you vent, and hear your issues. It's just to hear you. Be there, just listen. And that's what he does. And he gives me the answers. And I feel at peace. And I just let it go. And I'm like, I should have been doing this a long time ago. Instead of calling up friends and bothering people. And another thing too that just occurred to me. Sometimes when you do these things, as I said, listen to the previous when series, in the series the past 5 days, this was also mentioned. You may say things to call up a friend, somebody who you think really cares about you, but they may not. And so they may be happy to know that you're going through whatever it is. And they might be like, yeah, I understand. And girl, whatever. And yeah, and I could relate. But deep down, they're happy. It may be hard to believe, but these things happen. And you don't want to think that of your friend or a family member or a loved one. You may not want to think that. But I think the safer bet is to just take it to the Lord. Take it to him. You will not have to go through all of that, wondering if he cares, if he loves, if he has an ulterior motive, if he doesn't like you, or he's happy that you're going through that. No, and he's definitely going to make the path clear. He is going to give you what you need. He's going to set everything up that you might even forget at the time when the answers come to you, that you spoke to him about that and the issue is resolved. It will take you a time to connect the dots and realize, oh, wait, yeah, Yeah. Now I can see, why this happened, how this happened, and how he put things in place to make everything smooth. And you might look back and say, why was I working up myself? I would have been calling my friend, bothering, interrupting what they may be doing, because sometimes your friend may be in the middle of something, it doesn't matter. And they'd be like, I can't stay with you. They might listen to you for a while out of respect, courtesy, whatever. And then they might say, I have to go and whatever, but you still want to be able to vent. So consider changing the approach you have been using in the past years and year. And going into 2022, spend more time with your best friend, the Lord. That man who is there, or woman, however, whichever gender you want to use, who is there for you, who is not going to chastise or punish or shame or guilt you or make you feel uncomfortable. And he is going to show you the way. And we tend to rely on ourselves thinking that we have everything under control. You don't have anything under your control. Absolutely nothing. The breath you breathe and take in is out of your control. You don't even know how you do it. No matter if you did biology, sciences, doctor, whatever, you don't know how you are breathing. Literally, you don't know. How you are still alive, you don't know. Okay, this is significant going forward. Change your approach, and you may find that things may change positively in your life going into 2022. We all are looking for something positive. So stop running to your friends and turn to God, your maker, your creator, your father, your best friend, your healer, your comforter, peacemaker, and waymaker. And like I said, this is not to preach or to anything. I come with a faith based background, the love of God in my heart always. And so everything I do with love. That's the only thing I know. That's the only way I know. So, wishing you love this evening. Thank you for staying with me. Please like, share, comment, and see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Take care.